So, how's everybody doing today? I'm King Zeno91, and I'm here to tell a story. Now, I've played Baldur's Gate 3 quite a bit, and I play a lot of offline with my brother. That's how I've gotten through the story. And I have played quite a bit on my own with characters I played in my actual D&D game. I've made them, but there's one story I really want to tell. In a campaign that I'm currently playing at home, I created a character. A character with a story. A very sad story, but a story with hope. And I wanted to share it all with you guys in this world. You see, Sir Edward was a character that I really put a lot of time into to really challenge myself as a role player in D&D. Paladins are not easy characters to roleplay because they're so into their own path. And before I really got to experience him and play him and really give it my all with him, I lost him. He was betrayed by somebody that the party had a tenuous relationship with. And I was devastated. I was devastated. I don't look at that story as a bad story, and I know the DM trusted me enough. That's why he decided to take those actions that he did, and he knew I wouldn't take it personally. And to this day, I still don't take it personally. But I never got to really play him. And so I had created a character when I started this to kind of just, when I started playing Baldur's Gate 3, I created it, I started with a barbarian because I thought, barbarian, it's the easiest thing to play. And I lost that character because of a pre-game glitch, so I had a pre-launch glitch, but that just happens. I then created a Sorlock because they're some of my favorite characters to play, and I just felt like I wasn't having fun. So I moved the Sorlock over to the game I'm playing with my brother, and it has become more fun because I can get to play with him. I then created my favorite D&D character that I've ever played as, which was a wood elf that kind of hated the world. He had lost the one thing that he had loved most in the world, which was his family, to a dragon attack. And I started playing that because it was my favorite character to play. He was a ranger. But the problem I have is that character has found peace in my D&D world, whereas Sir Edward never found peace. He was tasked with a mission and he felt like he was on the right path to complete that mission. And his life was taken from him. Or so it seems. So I'm here to tell his story. I'm here to tell the story of Sir Edward, the half-elf prince who was tasked with a mission. Sir Edward wasn't asked to be born into this world. He just was. He was born of two people who loved each other. A forbidden romance between a queen and a peasant man. The queen was highborn, married to the king of the Neltoth people. The Neltoth people were a proud high elf race. But the queen did not want this marriage. She had loved another. And in secret, she met this man. With their love affair, a child was born. A half-elf. The king immediately knew this was not his son. For the boy had none of his features, none of his traits. The boy was not adept at magic. The boy did not carry the same elfin traits that a high elf was expected. When the affair was found out, the king killed Edward's father in revenge. Mother, fearing for her child's life, sent him away to live with her brother. There the boy would live with his aunt and uncle. Where they raised him as their own. But the boy grew up missing something. The uncle tried to fill it with training. The boy never knew his father. The boy never knew his mother. So even all the training in the world could not fill the gaping hole that he had. Though his aunt and uncle were good to him, there's a piece missing. The boy reached the age where he started asking questions, roughly about the age of 16, 17 years old. His uncle decided that it was time to tell Edward about his parents. Edward, enraged by this revelation, decided he must get his revenge. But his uncle curbed the young man's anger, curbed his need for revenge with faith and study and martial training. For the uncle knew the best way to give the boy what he wanted. When Edward was 18 years old, his uncle enlisted him into the military. Edward didn't understand why this was a thing, but he knew that his uncle was a wise man and had a plan. Edward had an innate skill, something most common soldiers didn't have. He was well versed in weaponry. He could use a sword as well as he could an axe. He could use a shield as well as as an extension of himself. He elevated himself quickly to the point where he was leading his own unit. At the age of 21, his uncle came to him and said, "Boy, it's time." The uncle laid out a plan that would give the boy the revenge he sought, and give him a chance to put his demons to rest. The uncle had developed connections in the military and had a large number of generals and soldiers ready to lead a coup against Edward's stepfather. For the uncle didn't want to be king by choice, but wanted to free his sister from the tyrannical grip of her husband. A 5-year civil war began. Edward proved himself time and time again on the battlefield until they came to the castle. Edward's stepfather was a warrior unrivaled in his own nature. But with the magical help of his mother, the savvy, strategic mind of his uncle, Edward was able to deliver the killing blow against his stepfather, elevating his uncle to his rightful position as king. The uncle's first act as king was to knight Edward as a warrior of great renown amongst their people. He also freed Edward's mother from the prison that his mother had been sentenced to. The prison was a spell that would not allow her to ever leave the castle. Once freed, Edward's mother looked at him and told him that she must go. There's too much of the world that she has not seen, and she owed it to her love to see it. Before Edward could take on the role of her protector and go with her on all these adventures, his uncle had a task for him. For there was a great war brewing in a country just west of his, between evil demons and devils and some kind of unholy alliance that had been festering. But now it threatened the very existence of this new group, of this new country. Edward was tasked with seeking and destroying key members of this unholy alliance. And by doing so, he would earn his namesake, and would be positioned to be the next king of the Neltoth people. For as his uncle always said, the crown is too heavy for him, and he didn't want to wear it. Edward took on this task as a great honor to his uncle, and as a favor to his uncle. Edward left to go to this new land. Upon arriving in this new land, he heard the story of heroes. Heroes that have found a lost forge and had returned it to the people so that they may make weapons. He knew this group of heroes would be his best chance at getting his task complete and to take on this new role. He traveled with them, earning their trust in contest and in battle. Proved himself time and time again. This new group even brought him in as one of their own. And he had finally found a family. On their adventures, the family was seeking a woman. A woman that had done terrible things. This woman was the sister of one of the members of this hero party, so he felt obligated to help her in this new adventure. Upon arriving to the lair of this evil woman, a trap was sprung, and everyone, including this woman, were trapped in this magical device. Seeing that this was a clear miscalculation by this woman, she then convinced the group that if they were to get out of there, they would need her help. Edward, being the man that he is, looked to her and was willing to give her a chance. For even in the darkest of souls, Edward's seen a light in people. After what seemed like days in this magical item, they finally found themselves towards what would appear to be a massive treasure trove and potentially an exit, when they were besieged by a young blue dragon. The blue dragon had been tasked to protect this hoard, for it was not his, but the true owners of this magical items. Though the group fought bravely, many had went down. And Edward took it upon himself to get the group out of there. After carrying an unconscious member to the exit, he looked to the woman who they had a tenuous relationship with and beseeched her to save her sister. As he cast lay on hands, bring her back to consciousness, she teleported out of this. As Edward was prepared to square off with the blue dragon to protect the exit of the last of his members, a piercing pain came into his back, followed by a warm sensation running down it. He had turned around and seen that the woman had betrayed him. She then finished the job by slicing his throat. He laid there bleeding, angry at himself that he could be so easily fooled, so easily let his guard down, and feeling like a failure because he knew this woman would do untold dangers to this group, his new family, if she was to be freed. And now he wouldn't be there to protect them. As he slowly fell into unconsciousness, he felt a touch. He awoke in the streets of Baldur's Gate. No cut to his throat. No dagger in his back. He felt a strange sensation. A weakness almost. Almost as if he wasn't as powerful as he once was. Though he still had his memories of his past life and what had happened. He could not understand where his power had went. He naturally ran to a mirror and looked upon himself. He's seen the same figure he had seen 1,000 times, looking back at him. Same scars from the war. But in new robes and vestiges. He asked multiple civilians where he was at, and they claimed that he was in the city of Baldur's Gate. A city he had never been to. A world that he had never been to. He went around lost for many days, many weeks, many months. But he got to learn this new culture, this new world that he was in. The fairy tales, the lores, many of stories he has heard his entire life. But only one thing drove him. An oath he told himself over and over and over again that he would never, ever allow this betrayal to happen again. An oath of vengeance on a world that he had seemed to abandon him. But not vengeance to destroy. But he seeked vengeance on those who seek to destroy this new world that he had fallen into. For he knew evil, and that evil was everywhere. He would seek out the righteous, and he would cast out evil. But one thing he did know, even with his hatred of all things evil, there's one redeeming quality. Everything has a light. And if a person can simply show that light, he would give them a chance. But Sir Edward would not be fooled again. And he would not let the same evils that plagued his world plague this new one. So, that is a little bit of the backstory of Sir Edward, of the Neltoth people, and how he got to where he is today. Now, this is a bit of what he's created. Looks like, for some reason, paladins are proficient in warhammers. I can't understand that, but it's whatever. We'll find a great sword at some point. I know that
you need a guardian.
I do need a guardian. I'm going to choose a wood elf. I just think the wood elf looks absolutely stunning. So, but yeah, so I just figured I would start this off a little bit differently, with giving a little backstory on the character. I had been tossing and turning on this character idea for a while. I wasn't really sure how I wanted, if I wanted to start a new Baldur's Gate stream or what, but I decided to go with a paladin, partly because the only paladin that we really have is, you gotta do some fucked up shit to get her. And I'm just not about it. I'm not about that at all. So, also, I want to apologize ahead of time. If you guys see like a puff of smoke coming into my face, it's my air freshener. I have it here because we have a cat and she's going through something right now and she smells just god awful, and I can't, when I get bad smells, I just fucking freak out. Like, I cannot stand something smelling funky. So that's why that's there, and you'll see that. But yeah, but back to why I kind of went this route. First off, I don't see a lot of paladin builds in Baldur's Gate. I've watched some videos on it, and sorry, I'm a little tired. It's almost 5 o'clock where I am, but yeah, I wanted to start this, and I'm sorry if this, if the storytelling was a little off, but I tried to include some elements from our at-home campaign into his backstory. And the reason why, it's not only to pay homage to a character that I loved at our table, but it's also to kind of give a little toss to our DM, because he works extremely hard at what he does, and he does everything he can to tell the best story possible. And I just wanted to show that even when something bad happens at the table, something good can come out of it, and it's just part of the story. So for all the players out there, if something happens to your character or something bad happens at the table, don't blame your DM. I've seen thousands, and I mean this by I mean every bit of this, thousands of videos where I've heard players complain about something happening to their character because their DM made a call. Don't do that, because you don't know where it can lead. Your character might have to sacrifice themselves so a better story can be told. yes, my character died at that table, but it gave the group focus. And it changed up how the group looks at things as well. So a whole world got opened up from one death. One DM decision. So, and be the player that can take that and run with it. Because I'm telling you guys, what I got from it was a better appreciation of the characters I do have. And I loved it. So, that's why I say, that's why I decided to go with this. I was hesitant and I didn't really want to do it. And then I just thought, what a good way to honor that character's memory by giving him a second life, a second chance at life. He never got to fully experience the world. Now let him get to fully experience this world. So, if you guys didn't get it from the story, he is a Oath of Vengeance paladin. The vengeance he is taking on are the evils of the world that are trying, evils out there that are trying to destroy this world. And now, there are going to be some people that are going to look at him and be like, well, that character does something that, like, that character steals, or that's not what he looks at. He looks at people that are actively trying to do great harm to the world. A beggar stealing bread so he doesn't starve to death doesn't make that beggar a bad person. Did he go about it the right way? No. But that's the difference between my paladins and, say, some other people's paladins. My paladins look at the world, especially the one when I created at Sir Edward, was, yes, people do bad things, but they don't do it because they're bad people. They do it because they're misguided. And he wants to be a guiding light. So when you see like some of the other characters doing some stuff that are questionable, just know that he sees a light in them. He sees a chance at redemption with them. So that's why I know I'm spending a lot of time talking about this in particular. I just want clarification for people that are watching this. I'm here to tell the story of Sir Edward. These are his adventures. And he's the main character in this story. Whereas in D&D tables across the world, there are no main characters. But when you're playing a video game, there are main characters. When I play with my brother, I play on my brother's file. I know my brother is the main character of that story, and I do my best to be the best supporting character I can. When it comes down to it, I will cast haste on him. I will buff him with every spell that I can. I will do what I can because he is the main character of that story. Sir Edward is the main character of this story. And that's why it's centered around him. So, but know this, and I cannot stress this enough. If you play Baldur's Gate, don't bring that mentality to your D&D games. The reason why nobody likes main character syndrome in a D&D table. It's good for video games, it's not good for D&D games. Plain and simple. So, I just want to stress that to the max. But, once again, these are Sir Edward's adventures. I hope you like them. I will only have probably about an hour, a little over an hour of game time that I'll put in here. The reason for that is I do have things to do outside of playing video games. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take care of those things, and then I will be back with episode 2 of this adventure. But we will get to, hopefully we will get to the Emerald Grove by the end of this. If not, that's just the way it is. So, but anyway, without further ado, let's start the adventures of Sir Edward of the Neltoth in this new world. Yep. So, I've done a lot of this stuff. I'm going to try for cinematic purposes not to fast forward through anything, because I believe it's important. So, but yeah, we're pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about this playthrough. Like I said, I haven't fully beat this game, but I'm gonna play this character a little bit differently. And I'll explain as I go through this whole thing why I'm playing this character a little differently than I did my past characters. The biggest reason is I want to see if there's a different outcome. I have not got to the end game of this yet. So I do ask that there are no in-game spoilers, but any advice for the current situation that I'm in, please do not hesitate to send them in, put them in the chat. I am open to criticism about my stream. I am open to improvements. I am open to advice on how to play certain situations, but what will not be allowed is in-game spoilers or coming in and preaching hate. And I'm not talking about hate in the political sense. I'm talking about hate as far as coming in and saying your character's dog shit and he sucks. Don't be like that. Just understand that the reason why I'm doing this is because I am paying homage to an at-home game that is very near and dear to my heart. So but yeah, so yeah, like I said, I just want you guys to come in here, enjoy kind of a cinematic watching of this game. So, like I said, I do have knowledge of the first 2 acts. So, I just want you guys to know that I do have that knowledge. So, I will do some things that seem a little out of pocket or a little different, but that's because I'm trying to get the best result that I can. I have done some serious watching. Some people that I think are much better at this game than I am. So, but, you know, hey. I know that they're probably better than I am, but I'm just going for a story-driven game, so, and that's what Sir Edward is all about. So, Oh, also, if you guys liked my intro story, please don't hesitate to let me know. I very much am into storytelling. So,
not everyone made it out alive.
I'm in the process of making my own campaign right now because, like I said, I do love storytelling, and plus, it also helps my my DM out. He seems to, because I did a one shot, and he seemed to really enjoy the game. So, I think it's a good policy to have that if you want to try something, just try it. I went ahead and tried it. I have never done anything like that in the past. I was real nervous. I've never been more nervous about doing anything in my entire life. So,
this is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
oh, that's right. I'm stupid. But we'll see if we can nail this. Not off to a good start, guys. Off to a good start.
You notice nothing more than meets
Like I said, I
your
know
eye.
what's going to happen, but my character doesn't know what's going to happen. So, since he's a buffoon, he might try to touch it, and then boom. That's going to happen. So, I forgot that I made a nincompoop. That is on me.
Dead. Good.
Not going to be passing a lot of investigation checks. But, yeah, so, like I said, if you guys ever want to give, something like D&D a try, I strongly recommend starting out as a player. Don't try to make the big leap in DM right out the gate. It is a lot more than you think it is. So, but yeah, get an understanding of the game.
I feel better.
Yeah, so I really do suggest that. Get a feeling for the game. Get a feeling for how you want to do this and stuff like that. Also, I cannot stress this enough because I'm a total homer for this. Definitely check out Critical Role. If you guys have not started watching Critical Role, I strongly suggest you do. If you're going to start, I strongly suggest starting with Campaign 1, just because there are story elements in the Campaign 2 and 3 that tie into 1, and it can get a little confusing if you don't understand what's going on. I know I had that issue because I started with Campaign 3, and I was like, yes, this is what I'm going to do. I was like, I'm going to start here. And then I was completely confused on multiple things, and I was like, I don't understand this. So I started on Campaign 1, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was like, this isn't really for me, and I kind of stopped at Campaign 1, but then Legends of Vox Machina came out on Amazon Prime, and I was immediately hooked. I was like, this is fucking amazing. I was like, this is their campaign. So I went back and watched it again and gave it the chance it deserved, and was blown away. Blown away. All 3 campaigns so far, absolutely loved. So, alright, let's see if our nincompoop can figure this out.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place, you'll free us.
The exposed brain quivers in expectation.
Please. Before they return. They return. A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You know no creature like this. One that is more brain than person.
Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us. Please.
Alright. So we're just gonna break that fucking skull. This is really our strong suit, so... Hey! 19, baby, let's go. Our first over 20 roll. We'd love to see it.
The brain lifts from the skull, but you notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient, should it prove a threat.
Yeah, I mean, he would do that. So... Damn it. Well, that didn't work. We are not off to a good start, guys. We have 2 fails. So, I didn't mean to skip that. I apologize. Whatever. Don't really need its help, so... Yeah, so... Let me just see where it goes. Did it just run into that fire like a fucking buffoon? But yeah, I definitely loved Critical Role. I thought that it was just an excellent show. And I was able to get through all of Campaign 1, all of Campaign 2, and I'm actively watching Campaign 3, so we are living our best life right now.
Abomination. This is your end.
Your head throbs and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
Ugh. My head. What is this? Skvar. You are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
Who are you?
Your only chance of survival. We
Why do you think I was a thrall?
They are parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Geich, mind flayers.
We are turning into mind flayers? There must be something we can do.
We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority. First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. We will address the matter of a cure for this infection once we reach the material plane.
Ugly little fuckers.
This is your end.
Still breathing, despite everything. Hope your soul is in good hands.
Nice fucking critting right out the fucking jump. Oh, it heals 4. I think that's a little bit of a downgrade. I think normally it's a fucking...
Taking position.
Never a dull moment. Try me.
Dope.
You proved surprisingly adequate in battle. Now, to the helm.
Yeah, we'll go there in a second. But we gotta fucking raid everything. You notice how I said empty? You always check, y'all. Always check. Check everything. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to try doing more of a cinematic playthrough. I'm not going to do any multi-classing or anything like that. So... mostly because I just don't think... I mean... Paladins only really scale well with wizards and, or not wizards, sorcerers and warlocks, and that's just not really my bag. I think those are broken ass character creations, and so like I said, I have a pretty good understanding of what a lot of this is.
I can make no sense of it.
Psionic energy radiates from the prisoners, but they do not react. The man isn't dead, but he's totally unresponsive.
You! Get me out of this damn thing! We have no time for stragglers.
I think we do.
The construction is too alien. Nothing looks familiar.
This ship is crashing. Do you intend to die for a stranger? Try that contraption next to the pod. They did something to it when they sealed me in. Hurry! Please! Come on! Get me out of this thing! Keep looking!
The console appears dormant.
Can you imagine this buffoon trying to figure it out?
The mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you...
Yeah, I forgot that this happened.
Power this thing.
You are not us! You are contaminated!
So, yeah, it's so hard being level 1. I don't think the brains have anything. Yeah, there's us. That was the one that was supposed to help us, so. Yep, that's the key for that.
How many hosts of these gay infected?
A dazed woman is trapped in...
2 healing potions, that's nice.
This might unlock those controls next to the pod.
Love how he just knows that. But yeah, we're gonna make sure we're at 100% before we go into this fight, because we are gonna try to kill that fucking demon. So...
The console appears dormant. The console hums to life.
I know I'm a buffoon, but fuck it, you never know. Yep, just a buffoon.
Nothing in the appearance of the device betrays
Just a
its
buffoon.
purpose. It could do anything. Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. It's the parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Hey yo, there we go.
You feel the biomechanical brain of the console process your command and yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
not going to work.
I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a gift with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Well, dangerous company is what you need in a fight.
Fair point. Looks like there's plenty of fighting ahead. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
We were in each other's
I did.
heads.
It must be because of those parasites they put in us. But that'll have to wait. Are we going to help each other or not?
Alright then. Let's get going. I'm Sir Edward.
Shadowheart. One moment.
Nice little D20 she grabs there.
It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter. We need to get to the helm. Now.
She's right. Lead on.
Never noticed that backpack before. That's totally on me. Don't need any of that. You need that. We'll take this lithium manuscript. We'll get our money's worth. But I think there's a healing thing in there. Yes. We need to be 100% before we go
We're
in there.
nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say. Who put you in charge? I'll trust my own judgment.
Yank.
It's good to see the girls are getting along. I don't think that's going to be problematic in the future at all.
Do it. We will deal with the Geich after we escape. This thing's falling fast. Got to right it. No mercy.
Of course, it's literally the bare minimum.
Blood comes easy these days. What path lies before me?
Divine sense. I ain't too worried about that. Cause she'll come and finish this thing off.
Not no failure.
Of course they come after me.
Moving.
Another fight. Let's go. Another step forward.
I think they're immune to this, but I'm gonna still try it anyway. Nope, they're not immune. Okay, cool. Fucking nice little natural 22.
Ignore the devil. We must take the transponder.
my feet. You've made a grave mistake.
No time to waste.
Also, I can't use action surge yet.
It's now or never.
No, I think we got it.
I can't even catch my breath.
Well, we got plenty of turns, right? Yeah.
Your turn now.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
You're.
Victory awaits.
Rosario will have your head.
Time to strike.
Throw your corpses in the sticks.
What now?
I will ascend.
For your spine is mine.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Swift and lethal.
Oh shit.
Come a little closer. Strike these injustices. Avernus is ours.
Alright. I'm gonna have to get her up there.
Survival is all that matters.
Time to strike.
Yeah, because I didn't realize all these other devils were there.
It's clear. Hurry before they strike.
Yeah, I mean,
Nothing will stand in my way.
it's an action to do that?
Make way. Curious.
The helm's
Well,
alien transponder. You've made it in time.
because I know I've done it before, where I've killed him before, but we'll just skip this. All that ends up happening, guys, is it fucking crashes. So rather just get to the crash. Like I said, I will skip some things I just, you know, that will take up a lot of time because I only got like another 40 minutes left of the stream, so I want to try to get into the Emerald Grove and deal with all that because, you know, gotta deal with it. I was trying to get the sword because I know the Devil's Sword is fucking stupid powerful. The problem is I didn't dash up there like I should have, and
As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull. The chaos of the crash site confuses the landscape. You'll need to find a settlement or landmark, and you'll need to do it quickly. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
alright, we have made it. We have made it. So, that's beautiful. Okay. So, I'm looking at my time. It looks like I only got about 30 minutes left, so I'm going to just use that time to kind of bathe and get ready for my day. I will be back on a little bit later. I'm probably going to go pick up my daughter. We're going to hang out until she's got to go to school. Then I'm going to take her to school, probably to come home, take a nap, and then I'll be right back on this. So, yep, I will see you guys after a little while. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of Sir Edward's The Adventures of Sir Edward. If you guys like this and you want to show a little love, all you have to do is just drop a like. Don't cost you nothing. Not even going to ask for subscribers. Just drop a like. This way other people might be inclined to come and see it as well. And what I'm also hoping to do with this series is take it and break it up, maybe get some short content out of it as well. You know, it's not like we're dealing with a half bad looking gentleman here. So, but once again, though, guys, I really appreciate all of those who came out and all of those who will come out. So, we're gonna keep this going here a little bit later today. But once again, I'm gonna try to keep episodes around the 2-hour mark. It doesn't mean I'm not going to stream multiple times a day. All that means is I'm going to get on, play for a couple hours, get offline, get some sunlight, stretch my legs, maybe stretch out my back because it gets a little stiff. Try to get some more creative juices flowing and really feel it. So, but yeah, once again, guys, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate anybody who comes later. You guys are godsends, and I love you, and we'll see you soon.